Cooperative principle. In social science, linguistics specifically, the cooperative principle describes how people interact with one another. The principle is intended as a description of how people normally behave in conversation. Listeners and speakers must speak cooperatively and mutually accept one another to be understood in a particular way. The cooperative principle describes how effective communication in conversation is achieved in common social situations. The cooperative principle can be divided into 4 maxims called the Gricean Maxim. Grice proposed 4 conversational maxims that arise from the pragmatics of natural language. The Gricean maxims are a way to explain the link between utterances and what is understood from them. Without these rules, conversation would be possible to have. In fact, Grice's maxims often work in the background, outside of our immediate awareness. What are the implicit rules we follow when talking to each other? The 4 basic rules, maxims, are maxim of quality. According to the first rule, people are expected to say what they know to be true. When talking with each other, we expect people to tell us the truth. Maxim of quantity. According to this rule, when talking, people are expected to provide just enough information to get their point across. People should not provide too much or too little information. The next one is a maxim of relation. According to this rule, you are expected to stay on the topic. In other words, make sure that your comments fit with what is being talked about. Make sure your comments are relevant. And finally, we have the maxim of manner. The last rule states that your comments should be direct, clear, and to the point. You should avoid using vague or ambiguous language when speaking. Now, let's watch a video where we can explore the cooperative principle. This is a conversation between a receptionist and a businessman who is checking in a hotel.
Good morning. Welcome to the Transnational Hotel. What can I do for you?
Good morning. My name is Tom Sanders. I have a reservation for a single room for 3 nights.
All right, Mr. Sanders, let me pull up your reservation. I can't seem to find a record of your booking. Did you book the room directly through us, or do you use a hotel reservation service or a travel agent?
Well, I booked it directly through you. I've already also paid a deposit on the first night. I have a reservation number if that helps.
Yeah, sure. Can I see that, please? Thank you. Oh, I see. Maybe there was a glitch with the booking system. Well, we don't have any more single rooms available, with the exception of one adjoined room, but you would then be right next door to a family with children, which might get noisy. But that's not a problem. I can upgrade you to one of our business suites. They all come with jacuzzis.
Oh, that sounds nice. But how much more is that going to cost?
That would, of course, be at no extra charge to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
My pleasure.
What about the wireless internet?
Oh, it's really easy. This is your access code and instructions on how to use it. If you have any problems, feel free to call the front desk. And this is a list of all the hotel amenities, like the gym and the indoor pool.
Ah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Has the valet already taken your car, or will you be needing a parking pass?
Oh, I don't have a car. I took a taxi direct from the airport.
Oh, all right. Could I have some form of ID, please? And could you just fill out this registration form?
Sure. Here's my driver's license.
Thank you. Oh, you're from San Francisco.
Yes, I am, all the way from the West Coast.
I hope you had a good trip.
Yes, I did. Thank you. The flight was long, but it was smooth, and I slept almost the whole way.
Oh, and is this your first time in the Big Apple?
Yes, it is. I have a business conference to attend, but I'm looking forward to getting some sightseeing done as well.
Well, I'd be more than happy to give you some sightseeing tips if you need any.
Thank you.
All right, I've got you all checked into your room. This is your room key. You're in room 653. Just take the elevator on the right up to the 6th floor. When you get off the elevator, turn right. Your room is at the end of the corridor on the left-hand side. Just leave your suitcase here, and the bellboy will bring it up.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
If you need anything, please feel free to dial the front desk. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As you could see, they are respecting the four Grice's maxims during the whole conversation. For example, when the businessman arrives to the hotel, the receptionist asks if he used a hotel reservation service or a travel agent, and the businessman says, "I booked it directly through you." This is a maxim of quality, because the receptionist expects the businessman to tell the truth. An example of the maxim of quantity occurs when the receptionist says that there are no more rooms available due to a glitch in the booking system, so she tells him that she can upgrade him to one of their business suites that has jacuzzi. In these examples, the receptionist is saying just enough information to the businessman. She's not telling more information than the needed, but also she's not telling a little information. In the maxim of relation, they are talking about if there will be an extra cost for upgrading his reservation, and the receptionist say that would of course be at no extra charge to you. So she is being relevant to the question of the man who asked that before. Finally, we have an example of maxim of manner that occurs when the receptionist asks to the man, "And is this your first time in the Big Apple?" And the man says, "Yes, it is. I have a business conference to attend." The man is being clear and direct to the point. He's not telling something different or something that is not needed. He just asked what he was asked before.
Overall, these simple conversational rules are very useful, both when they are followed and when they are noticeably broken. When the rules are followed, it is very easy for people to understand each other. What people say is explicit, direct, and to the point. People say what they mean. These rules, however, are useful even when they are broken. If a speaker breaks the rules in a way that is noticeable, called flouting, we try to figure out why it happened. The Grecian maxims are therefore often purposefully flouted by comedians and writers, who might hide the complete truth and manipulate their words for the effect of the story and the sake of the reader's experience. Speakers who deliberately flout the maxim usually intend for their listeners to understand their underlying implication. In the case of the clumsy friend, she will most likely understand that his speaker is not truly offering a compliment. Therefore, cooperation is still taking place, but not longer on a literal level. Conversationalists can assume that when a speaker intentionally flouts a maxim, they still do so with the aim of expressing some thought. Now let's talk about noticeably breaking the rule of maxims. First, let's talk about direct lie. You can secretly break the maxim of quality. You can say something that you know is literally not true. The second one is an indirect lie, lie of omission. Or you can secretly break the maxim of quantity. You can say something that is literally true but incomplete. That is, you leave out critical and important details. And finally, we have an evasive response. Or you can try to secretly break the maxim of relation or manner by trying to change the topic, or you can appear to give a response which doesn't really answer the question.
Finally, we have an example of maxim of manner that occurs when the receptionist asks to the man, "And is this your first time in the Big Apple?" And the man says, "Yes, it is. I have a business conference to attend." The man is being clear and direct to the point. He is not telling something different or something that is not needed. He just asked what he was asked before.
Okay, so it says here that you were project manager at Gerald Street Corporation. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, I was a project manager and I managed things.
Okay, maybe you can tell me a little bit of a typical work day for you.
I woke up, I went to work, and I managed projects. And then I went home.
Did you or did you not graduate from this school?
That one did not. Technically.
Because you only have 2 semesters on here, but you still filled out that you received a bachelor's in finance.
That's what I was going for, so...
In the future, you shouldn't write down that you have a bachelor's in finance when you actually don't.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, hey, Ben.
Nice to meet you.
Meredith Franson. Thanks for stopping by.
Do you know elephants can feel grief?
No, I didn't know that.
Huh. It smells great in here.
Thanks. So I have your resume.
Home run,
What's your 10-year plan?
What is 10 years? Honestly, what is 10 years? Their time is this man-made, just this absolutely ridiculous, nonsensical thing to put a value on a day. 10 years from now, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. Because 10 years from now, there's probably not going to be a now. There's not going to be a here, there's not going to be this job for me. But 10 years from now, if I'm here, I'm going to be doing the same thing I'm doing now. Nothing. Well, 10 years from now, I really hope that the cult that I've been working on, which right now is 3 of us, has picked up enough steam, and we have a larger following.
As you could see, when the interviewer asked for information about what did he do in his last job, the applicant just said that he was a project manager and that he managed things. So in this example, the maxim of quality is broken because the interviewer expected an honest answer by the applicant, not an sarcastic answer. In this other example, you could see that the interviewer didn't let the applicant the opportunity to give a reason about his schooling. So the maxim of quantity is broken because the interviewer was giving his comment before let the applicant speak. In this example, we can see that the maxim of relation is broken because the applicant asked to the interviewer if she knows that elephants can feel grief. So this question is irrelevant to the purpose of the job interview. In the last example, you can see that the maxim of manner is broken because when the interviewer asks about the applicant's 10 years plans, the applicant is not going to the point and he's running around words without answering the question that is being asked.
As a conclusion, Grice's rules are important. We follow them when we want to be explicitly clear and direct, and we break the rules in an obvious, noticeable in order to make a point without having to be explicit about the point being made.
We also exploit these 4 basic rules when trying to deceive each other. In particular, deception occurs when we act like we are following the rules while trying to secretly break them. And deception can take several different forms depending on the maxim which is being broken.
Well, this is all on our side. This is a topic that we talked about, the cooperative principle. I hope you liked it. And Fer is going to tell us his opinion about this topic.
Well, I think that these principles are very important in order to have a good conversation with someone else. Most of the time, people do not realize that they are using these principles when they speak, and others do not know what these are about. So I hope that people can get interested in this topic and that make a good use of them in order to improve their conversation and enjoy a really good talk. What do you think about this topic, Danny?
Well, I think that, as you said, we are not so conscious about using these principles, because in a conversation you don't realize about where are going to be used these principles or when are they used in the exact moment of the conversation. So it's a very interesting topic, because we can notice that if we broke these principles, a conversation is not possible. So we have to be very careful about these principles and apply them accurately in order to have a good conversation. Also, I noticed that these principles, when they are broken, they are used in the comedy, in series like The Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men, Friends, and also comedy movies. And that's why are very funny, because they broke all these principles. Well, that's it for my part. We are Fernando and Daniel, and thank you for watching this video.
Before we leave, if you didn't understand the topic, we will show you another video about cooperative principles.
Hey, what are you watching?
TV.
That's a great jacket.
Yeah, my hair.
Is it snowing out?
Well, they call the plows and the schools are closed.
So, what are you getting them for Christmas?
An Xbox.